Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Dads, presented by Let's Be Dads. It's your boy York. Got my guy McLeod. Why you got your whole name down here, dog?
Cause
Let me
when
finish
folks
this.
find me, they wanna they like, damn, who this? That's
Where the
that's
fuck my
my
chapstick at?
my socials. So when you trying to find me on IG, hey, at Martavius McLeod.
Well, eventually I get it. I type in Tay, I type in Mar, I type in McLeod. It'll come up with one of
Yeah,
them two.
it'll pop
But
up
I get it.
eventually.
But I get it. All right, bet. So this is the place where real men have real conversations about life, growth, and what it actually means to show up for yourself and the people around you. All right, bet. So tonight, so I know we talked about this before, probably a couple times, and we can continue talking about this because I think this is like probably one of the most important topics when it comes to men, especially black men, bro. Because we don't really, I would say, deal with it. And May is
May's mental
Mental
health.
Health Awareness Month as
Mhm.
well. And you feel me? Of course, we can't just, not do a show about this. So, let's see. So today, the goal is to figure out how you're doing. You feel me? Not care about your work, don't care about your family, don't care about the grind. The it's about the human being, the person that's dealing with all the pressure, that's taking it on, that's taking everything on face value. Because I feel like sometimes we don't really have people to talk to, especially growing up in a certain environment, a certain way. We wasn't really taught to when it come to being men or whatever, or to voice our opinions, to voice how we felt, especially emotionally, or the voice that you wasn't feeling okay mentally or whatever, was kind of looked upon as weak. You feel me? So I just always feel like, me personally, I feel like this is always a strong topic, and it's May, so we might as well get into it. You feel me? So I want to throw out a quick fact before we get in that, bro. How was your week, bro? Or I guess say 2 weeks. How was your day and shit like that? Or how you been, bro?
And for the most part, bro, I've been pretty good. I'm blessed being able to see another day, like still striving for greatness. So had a little hiccups here and there, but over time you just know how to like understand and keep pushing. What
That's a
about you?
bet.
How everything been for you?
Shit, I mean, ups and downs, good, bad, bro. Just gotta I've been learning to take the blessings how they come, big, small. Um, we get a lot of blessings that we don't understand at the time that we get them.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So I just been learning to
Yeah.
just roll with the punches, but also you got to take life by the horn sometime and just steer that bitch
Mm-hmm.
your way at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we
I've been good,
definitely
bro.
overlook it. We overlook them sometimes.
Yeah, no, most definitely, bro. And I think because it's like, I think I've said this before. We pray for things, but the way it shows up, we don't necessarily be ready for how it
Yeah,
show
we're
up.
ready.
You
Yeah.
don't be ready for it because you ask for a blessing. You ask God for a house, and He puts somebody in your life that's gonna show you how to. You feel me? He gonna put things in. Well, you got to build your credit. You ain't ready for that. You want a house, but you want to
Mm-hmm.
skip everything else. Nah, you can't
Everything.
do that.
Yeah.
You can't. That's not how that works. You feel me? But so I want to start it out with a quick fact. So this should say 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, but men are significantly less likely to seek help. The leading cause of death by suicide globally skews heavily males, yet men are least likely to discuss mental health openly. What you think about that, bro? I'm not even shocked about that for real. I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
not. I'm not either. Like it comes to a point where when we go through life, we have that's why I said the understanding. The understanding creates the wisdom that we need to be able to progress in life. Because if we react off of everything, off of emotion and stuff like that, it could like mess us up. So I definitely feel like even just voicing certain things sometimes it comes off hard because to if you're not like a therapist or you know what I'm saying, you just a homie and you just like you venting stuff, I feel like you go back to the same problems sometimes. You feel me? Like the
what you
problems
mean?
are still there. Like if you having anything like say for example, um say like career or something, right? Like you have that security blanket. You have that, oh, I'm comfortable here. I know I gotta have this, but the way it's attacking me mentally is like, man, I can't really like do this. So you vent to your homies or somebody like, I mean, this is what's going on, this is going on, this is going on. But you kind of circle back to, I can't leave. Or after you get done saying it, you come back to, it's still there. That problem is still there. So it's like being able to sometimes move on or take that extra leap. Sometimes like it's hard for people. Which I always talk about trying to get out your comfort zone. But it kind of also goes into like if you think in relationships and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes just walking away from the relationship, if you're trying to build something like that, like you said earlier, if you're praying for something, talking about patience or something, you think patience just gonna happen. Patience gonna show up in a way that you not ready for.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's easy to just call quits on the relationship. But if you in the process of trying to build something together, how you gonna do that? You just give up. So I definitely agree with that part of it, man. Is being able to be open is kind of hard, bro, because now for me anyway, I feel like if you have too many people that's involved, a lot of opinions, you want to be vocal about everything. How people interpret things or their perspective on it, like whether you see a 6, I see a 9, they may think it's fucking the end of the world. Like, no, man, you need to move, go. But sometimes just being able to have that mental capacity to be like, nah, bro, it's honestly not that bad. I know we could move on. We could work towards a better goal. We could grow. Because now it comes to the question, like, how do you see growth then? You think growth just happens because we get older? We come into certain obstacles that is teaching us how to grow. So it's like, how we gonna deal with that? We just automatically quit when everything get hard. Now we gotta worry about depression and all this anxiety stuff. Like, how can we overcome it if we just jumping over hoops?
I'm listening, bro. Go ahead. My bad. I had to get my justice. Shit, how can we overcome it? I think it's, man. I would personally say I sit and I probably think about so many facts, or a lot of things that men go through, and I would say I think about it because I'm also wonder if it's just me feeling how I feel, if it's just me feeling
like
down. You feel me? Like, bro, like damn,
ain't no way, bro.
Ain't no way I'm the only one feeling like this bad of a dad right now, or this bad of a person, or I feel like I could have did more, or I feel like nobody's listening, or I feel like nobody care. Like you said, bro, we try to, we try to voice, but it's hard. I don't think it's hard to voice. I just think it's because of, one, because of what we learned growing up, or how it all trickled down. Most 9 times out of 10, if you grew up in any Black household, especially in the South, you was taught that men don't cry, men suck it up. You feel me? You just deal with it. All the rest of that shit don't matter. You got to suck it up and you got to be a man. You got to provide. You got to go to work. And I think now we do it, but I think it goes back to, it's not necessarily what we do, it's who. It's who we're venting to, who we're telling what. And I think we have to hold ourselves accountable as well, because McLeod, you knew your next door neighbor ran her mouth. She did it the first 3 times you told her that you bought a TV. You ain't noticed that every time you tell her, she told somebody else and somebody broke in your house.
Yep.
So why you keep going back? Why you ain't noticed your homeboy pull away from you when you told him that you was feeling like this? And then a couple weeks later he started coming back around. Yeah. And then y'all talked again, and then he pulled away again. Yeah. And then guess what? And he came right back around, and you tell him you didn't. But now you mad because when you went to that person, they didn't, that trust, that loyalty that you was trying to offer, they didn't give that. You feel me? It wasn't there. So you feel me? We can only be so mad at ourselves, but at the same time, we have to be better with actually doing it and not doing it. But if we say we're going to do it, then we have to do it. If we say we're going to get that help, if we say we're going to, book that appointment, bro, all my medical shit is on the app right now, bro. I can look for a doctor, a mental health, anybody on my United Healthcare app on my phone, bro. Like it's literally pull the shit up. So for anybody that's like, oh, I don't have the resources to do this stuff or whatever the case is, if you have a healthcare, whether it's Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, whatever the case is, bro, it's not that hard to just download the app. You got to sign me in. But if you download the app, see the app? Download the app, bro. You can find anything in here, bro. You feel me? You can find doctors, healthcare, whatever the case is. So it's not like we don't have the resource. And then we also have to get better at our networking, our communicating skills with other people, not just befriending people who just tell us what we want to hear. It's time we have friends that are doctors, that are psychiatrists. You feel me? Friends that are just friends that we can come to and we can kind of trauma dump on, but we don't take it personally. It's just what we do. You feel me? But it don't be like.
I think it come down to your personality too, because sometimes the personality get taken for granted as well. Like for me, man, I've always been like more extroverted, more like try to put people first and boost them up. But then I noticed, bro, I was giving so much energy away. And I never I actually sat back for 6 months and see who like really reached out to me. Cause from 6 months to a year, you really start seeing like who really value you as just you without having to receive anything. So like just being able to step back, I was giving a lot of my energy to people, and I'm like, damn, bro, I can't even get a happy birthday. Like I was there for you, like, you know what I'm saying, for situations. I'm giving you advice when I ain't had to. I'm giving you like some like even some like financial advice and everything, bro. Like y'all supposed to have been there. But in my times of like really being low, I found that I was by myself, or like people will reach out to me when it's convenient for them, or a similar situation comes up and like, oh man, let's hang out. Man, fuck you. Not, I was gonna say respectfully, but disrespectfully, bro. Yeah, because it's like, bro, in my times I was down. Like, and where were you, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You say you the homie, or you say you, yeah, I know him and this and that, but you want to ask for money, or you want to do this, like it. What's up?
You said they say they the homie, but they show you that they was a homie. People can say so many different things. Anybody I think, me personally, anybody that I have in my life that I call a friend, a sister, a brother, if I feel like if I die, you will at least reach out to at least check on my kids.
At least
send them some diapers. If I ever get down bad and I be like, hey bro, I need $100, I need some diapers and some food. I know I can call anybody on that short list of people. You feel me? And get that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that everybody on the list I can confide into about certain things, because some people you gotta have in that place for certain reasons. But at the same time, but you can't care about nobody else's feelings. My mental health is more important than your feelings being hurt. Let's think about that. Let's really think about, why would I care about your feelings of my mental health? I get it because of what we're taught in society. Men are supposed to put other things first, but no, it's 2026. We're different men. We're trying to raise different. We're trying to be different, so we have to do different. I can care less about if you're upset because I told you no, I didn't want to do something because mentally I wasn't there. I was not prepared. Now imagine if you get me somewhere, bro, and mentally I wasn't prepared, and I wig out, and something go down, and I'm gonna be so mad when I'm back in reality because I told you, and you kind of got me up in that, but you're gonna be embarrassed of me because I wigged out. But it's like, I told you mentally I wasn't there, and you didn't listen.
Like, I'm not just a fucking story.
I'm not.
If I'm going through something or I'm actually dealing with something and I just need to like say something, bro, it's not just a story just for you to go and talk to somebody like and be like, oh, this what Tay got going on, or something like that. Like, it's actually like, sometimes that could just be a way of cry for help. That could be a way like, hey man, you say you the homie, like, I'm just telling you what's going on. I bet. Let me at least call you. Let me send you an audio message, bro. Like, let me see that. Cause if you say you the homie, show up, because it's like sometimes we probably don't want to say nothing because we feel like there's a guard up and we're gonna be judged, because it's like, who else can we it sucks because it's like, who else can we tell and just be open with? Because we going day to day with everything
I
on
ain't
our
judging nothing,
shoulders.
brother. Time to be judging.
Yeah,
What am
fact.
I
But that's
judging
why I
you for, bro?
said a lot of people may have just a story for them. You know, that's all it is. Like this is drama. We built off of drama. If you look at the black community, bro, everything that
Mm-hmm.
has traction. If you look online
It's
right now, if
drama.
you see one fight or somebody that's
It's
on
all
live
drama.
that went like, bro, why I got millions of views?
It's
Anything
drama.
that like dramatizes us gets attention. But
But
when we
it's the
cry for help,
excitement.
it's exactly because it's like, okay, now we over here sharing this shit. I seen this shit. We over here sharing somebody that was a fucking pedophile. We over here sharing like, oh man, I used to go to school with him and this and that. But somebody that's on here showing or preaching positivity, y'all don't talk about that at all.
Nope. Don't get no
Why
traction.
at all? And I'm like, bro, what is wrong with us? Are we really that attention? Are we really that blackface entertainment shit for real? Because when people actually need and I think that's why I had to step back, bro. And like, man, I think it was a couple of pods before that we had where I had talked about the dude that was in New York that just had sat on the ground and people were just passing by.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that as mental health now, or like just life in general, because now I'm starting to understand the actions that I do can affect only me, it seems like. I can't control anybody else's actions. So continuing to be stressed out or continue to like feel victim all the time, it hurts, bro, because it's like sometimes we just need that runaway. Sometimes we just need that breather. Sometimes we need somebody to vent to, but we can't because if we do, now it's getting talked about this. Because now when somebody talks about a certain thing, y'all picturing what that other person did instead of just hearing what the fuck I'm saying. Y'all trying to paint a picture on somebody else and judging them. When at the end of the day, think of that person that's telling you something. So
But
I
it,
really
it go back to the it go back to it's all about the excitement, bro. It's all about the excitement because
exactly.
you're gonna get a arousal. It's just any man, any
Mm-hmm.
woman, any person. What do you like most? The arousal you get.
Right.
Not only that, you like to go through the whole motion and you want to see that bitch go all the way up and you want
More
to
details.
go deep until I can't no more. And then guess what? And when it's all over, you come, but and it's crazy because we come to that clarity, and then, but you know what happens? We go to the next, and to the next, and to the next. But
Mm-hmm.
it's how social media is built, though. But it's like when it comes to like you said, men speaking on this or people speaking on this, it's like it doesn't get no traction. Or people are like, well, what are you talking about this for? Or why are you talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? We talk about everything. We talk about guns. I seen Putin on, and I seen Pusha in the news for fucking 3 weeks. The story was already out. We knew he robbed some people. It's not I see it everywhere, bro. Feel me? And then you go back to how you said, Rob, you was talking about when you said when you stop contacting people, and then nobody. And it's true. Most people don't. Most people think that people know. People are using you for people are using you because they don't have no mental health capacity. So they want to dump what they have on you. It's a difference if I call McLeod and we both trauma dump, but it's to come to a resolution, or at the end of it, we be like, all right, cool. Well, let me give you some advice. Or well, damn, bro, I feel better. Not, oh, well, I feel better, but McLeod still feel bad. Or McLeod feels heavier because
Yeah.
instead of me helping, it was more so of me just putting more of a burden on what's going on in my life instead of taking off what you got going on. You feel me? And I think that's nothing we miss. Am I gonna flip my foot? We miss that the commonality, and like you said, the being personable, with each other when it comes to this. This kind of goes to the next question. Speaking of, when it comes to mental health and men not being open to it or whatever, and when you're like in a when you're in a dark place, right? And say you had nobody to tell, how would you say you get through it, or how would you say that you're kind of evolving to learn how to get through it? And I guess I'll go first. I just think, bro, I'm real big on thinking nowadays. I'll go for a walk. I'll cook. I'll clean, and I'll just think, bro. I have to think, like, well, I may go smoke too, but but I try to, you feel me? I try to keep it organic. You feel me? So that way I don't end up hooked on nothing. And it's crazy because now that you're thinking about it, this is how a lot of people end up hooked on drugs, hooked on substances, hooked on whatever, hooked on work, because they have no outlet. They have nobody to tell. They have nobody. And so what happens is they get in that dark place, and instead of having that outlet, such as walking, going golfing, cooking, fishing, whatever the case is, they turn to weed, and then weed isn't good enough. And then they go to something else, and they go to something else, and then you end up, and then I never understood. I know it's off topic. I never understood the whole gateway term until you understand mental health, and until you understand the mind and how the mind really works. Until you understand,
you want to escape.
You want to escape, when you get to a point where it's like, well, damn, if I got to smoke 4 of these joints, I might as well get something a little bit powerful I can just hit once. Well, damn, if I got to take 4 pills, let me go ahead and get, you feel me? And then you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Or alcohol, well, shit, if 2 shots ain't working, let me take 6. 6 ain't working, let me just grab a bottle, and then we end up. But I digress.
Then we start creating those secondary things now. Like, now we starting to wonder, hey, what's wrong with me, bro? Like, my body is hurting now. Like, why, like, all this going on?
Kids don't like
reality,
you.
Yeah, like, in reality, like, we just damaging ourselves. And I feel like that's just it's a book. I know, you know how I am with books, but Outwitting the Devil, bro. That's one, like, a great book that people, I feel like, should read when it comes to, like, just the mindset, the mental health part of it too. Understanding that there's things in our head that just trying to damage, like, get to our head so we could hurt our own body. So the outside could have an effect on it. So being able to really just adjust.
So how would you say, so me, like I said before, I go for walks, cook. I'm not a reader. I do have a few books. I got like How to Start a Business book, stuff like that. But I don't read when I'm upset. I can't. It just ain't gonna work.
Oh no, hell
no. Listen to music. So how would you say that, when you are in a dark place, i.e., say if you're home alone with the kids or whatever, and you're just going through something and you can't really vent because it's you and the kids. Your kids not gonna fucking understand. They're not even gonna be able to help. They're gonna look at you like, well, can we still get ice cream or what, nigga? Can we still get... So how would you say that you do it, or that you, even if you don't have that answer now, how would you want to do it? How would you building up to kind of get to that point, when you are in a dark place of still figuring it out and not just staying there and going towards drugs or alcohol or whatever?
So for me, bro, like, when I feel like that dark time is, I can feel that energy. I honestly just push it down. I took it in, and I try to, like, do other tasks. Cause like you said, in that moment, the kids don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just, when I took it down and I, like, completely forget about it, I think that really be it, bro. And then over time, the more I do it, I feel like that's where I snap, and it's like a big ass burst. So I think I have to learn how to do it. So I will, because I'm real big on trying to, like, use positive reinforcement on things. But lately, bro, and it got me about a Henny. Like, it's just, I feel like I'm going back. So it's kind of hard, bro, because I want to stay on track, but sometimes when your head start moving and you are in that dark place and you can't keep tucking it down, sometimes that little escape is needed. So my escape, I be wanting to, like, scream sometimes. I be wanting to just, like, punch something, bro. Like, I've been wanting to get back into boxing, but I gotta make the time for it, and the gym's usually not open around that time. So it's like, being able to just use
Around what time?
well, the gym that I was going to, they open up at 1 in the afternoon, and then they close at like 8. It was a boxing gym I was going to, but
Yeah, ain't no
so
good.
it's like it's kind of a hard time. So like even if I wanted to go to the gym and like actually work out, there's a 24-hour gym that I go to, but sometimes you just be so tired you can't even.
Yeah,
I don't want to go at no 12 to 2 in the morning sometimes, bro. Like it takes an effect. So like me, I just screaming, bro. I used to like I don't know if I want to get this vulnerable, but I used to punch holes in the wall, bro. Like, and I realized I couldn't do that. It started messing with me. So it's like I got to patch these holes up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
My
Fitness
hand
buddy and
hurt.
shit. Yeah,
Like if I hit a stud, I'm gonna be the one that's hurting. You know. So it's like I try to find ways. Like I'm not reading. Trust me, I am not reading when I'm in that dark spot at that moment. But it's like when you have kids and you have that space, and it's hard for you to react because you don't want to react off of emotion in that midst of the kids, because like the kids ain't did shit to you, man. Like yeah, they probably irritated you, but for you to get like
yeah.
no. And so I feel like in those moments I take it in, but I never revisit it. I think that's my problem. I never
But why not
revisit
though?
it.
But why not though? Why just, you feel me? So and I say that it's not like I don't know why. I used to do the same thing. I used to just tuck. But that was when I was younger, and I would say I probably stopped it probably when I had kids, bro. I would say probably really once I started noticing the effect that it was having on not only me but like the wife, the family, and the kids. You feel me? But it's like, why do it? Especially when you have people, and this is not to bash or anything, but especially when you have motherfuckers you can call like York or whatever the case is. Why continue to do that when you have that outlet? And I ask that because it's people in the world who don't have what you have, who don't have that outlet. You feel me? So why not use it instead of just pushing it down or pushing it away? Yeah, you can't go to the gym, but why not call somebody and chop it up with them for an hour or so, or whatever the case is, or
I
whatever the
mean,
case.
to be real, because honestly, bro, cause we men, sometimes just sitting on the phone, shit feels like gossiping, and I don't feel like none of that. Like, just hear me out. Like, I just feel like yes, like I said earlier, bro. Like, yes, we could get off our chest, but sometimes, well, majority of the time, we still go back to whatever is going on that we had a vent about. You know, so it's like you have to have, in order to really have like move on, bro, you have to have patience. You have to have understanding what's going on, because once you have that understanding, the wisdom will come for you to move forward. But if you constantly react off of just emotion every single time and just venting, yes, it's getting you off your chest, but within you have to be able to understand, like, I want to grow. I have to grow. So yes, I might be tucking it in right now, but I know like eventually, bro, like it's positioning me not only to be more vocal, because yes, I'm being vocal by saying something, but if I got a bunch of people doing this and doing that, I'm constantly also getting their port ends of everything else too, which can disturb how I react now. Because as one person is telling me something that's, oh, nah, you need to do this, you need to do that. Now you also adding more weight, because now I'm hearing everything. So y'all not motherfucking doctors, but y'all see something that's going on. So that's why sometimes, bro, I'll be like, man, I'm good. I have to deal with my demons how I deal with it. But I appreciate you for at least realizing there's something wrong, but let me handle it as a man, bro. You can't save me. You not about
But
to
that's the
pay my.
problem. But that's the problem, right? That's the problem that we have with
You
male.
not paying
It's not
my
about
mortgage,
paying.
nigga.
It's not.
Like
Here you go with this
you see what I'm
masculinity
saying, bro? Like
bullshit.
I
Yes,
could
I
bet the shit,
understand it.
but reality is, nigga, you ain't paying for that.
But it's not about. What I'm paying for and what I am and what I'm not paying for. It's about what I am and what I'm not doing. My job as your brother is to watch your motherfucking back, is to be there for you. If you have that open line of communication, and this not just to you, but anybody in the fucking world, why not use it? Why not call that person and be like, bro, bitch, I'm having a rough. I just need to chop it up with you. Or look, bitch, or whatever, or send a voicemail, or for real, bro, or just do whatever. Because we sit here and we don't do this shit, and then we end up killing ourselves by either hanging ourselves or jumping off a fucking building, or in a bottle, or with some drugs, or whatever the case is. I've seen it firsthand. I've lived this shit.
Me too.
You feel me? Day in and day out. You feel me? Niggas in the same thing with motherfuckers in the military, bro. No matter what, it's the same thing. It's everywhere, and it's just fucking sickening, dog. And it's sickening, and as grown men, especially grown men with kids, with people that depend and rely on us, we have to just simply do better. The excuse that, oh well, my homeboy this or my homeboy that, or I don't want that, it ain't good enough. The excuse that my daddy wasn't there, my mom wasn't there, they didn't teach me that shit ain't good enough. It's time to get over it, bro. And once again, this is no bash to you, but we this is what we do. It's no bash to McLeod whatsoever. But at the end of the day, my job is to hold you fucking accountable. So to hold you accountable, I have to tell you whatever, no matter if it's improv or another, you have to do better. You feel me? You can't just continue. You have kids, because when it comes up, no matter what you, as much, what is it? Baby wipes. As much baby wipes as you think you're able to flush, eventually it's going to clog up either the apartment, or it's going to clog up your septic system, and they're going to have to open it, or that shit's going to back up, and it get to the point to where that it blow all the pipes all over the house, the sink, everywhere. And in the same thing, we stuff so much, and then what happens? We end up doing what? We end up killing somebody, hurting somebody, killing the whole family, all because we refuse to talk. And it does, all because we refuse to talk, all because we refuse to, you feel me, to just open our fucking mouths, or all because we refuse to even just call somebody and be like, hey, well, this is what I'm going through. I've seen a video of a dude, I think it was a cop talking somebody off a bridge the other day. Dopest shit I ever seen. Because what? Hey, look, bro, just come on. Let's take step by step. Just give me your hand. Just call me. Let's take step by step. Nigga, if you want to call me, just breathe. If you want to call me, you could text me like, bro, I'm finna call you and scream. All right, I'm probably on the porch anyway. Cooling. I'm probably playing a game. I may scream with you. We may scream together. You feel me? But if we have those outlets, we have to use them. The excuse of we don't have, or this person that, or I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. If you have a circle and you can't go vent to that circle, you have the wrong fucking circle. Now, granted, you can't go vent to everybody, and you can't tell everybody everything. But there should be at least one person in that circle that you should be able to go and talk to about anything. Point blank, period. And if you don't have that, then you got the wrong fucking circle.
And that'd be the thing too, bro. Cause I be feeling like, man, I know other people, they got their own problems, man. So like, I don't never want to be that person. Like I try not to be. I don't want to be that person that just like, man, this is going on, this is going on. You feel me? Just bringing the energy down. So like what I do, like what makes me happy, just being able to push others. You know what I'm saying? Being there for others and doing this, the energy part I was telling you, like I feel like that's what makes me happy, by seeing others like succeed, bro. It's just the leader in me that like wants that. I had that giving heart. I just want you, bro. Do it? Like I'm right there in the journey with you. You know what I'm saying? So like, it helps me when I'm able to like do that. But when I try to get that return, it feels awkward. Like if people try to do that towards me, or like trying to boost me up, it feels kind of weird, because it's like I don't really like have that. You feel me? It feels different when somebody's trying, like, nah, bro, I'm good. Like, how y'all doing, man? Like, I try to be the energy of it, because I want to see y'all like succeed, be happy, go towards your goals and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if that's selfish, which I feel like it is, because now, but I'm noticing it now, because I'm starting to. Yeah, I'm noticing it now. I'm starting to become more selfish with myself now, because I'm like, I value it more. I see how much it could affect my body by pouring into so many people and I don't get it back. So it's like I understand it, but it's like sometimes it's like, damn, bro, I want to go here, I want to go there. Like, I don't know, man.
I lost my train of. You said something. I was going to piggyback off of. What was it? So, so you spoke on being able to be there for people, right? And wanting and wanting better for them, right? That's a part of the leader that you are. And then coming back and trying to get that back, it doesn't necessarily work. So pretty much you're trying to put some in and hopefully get a tenfold back. That's what you expect to do, but it said it doesn't work. Now, the question that I have, right? Are you doing this expecting things back, or are you doing it just out of generosity of your heart? And to the people that you're doing to those that aren't, I would say necessarily are reciprocating it, are you continuously allowing them to continuously disrespect you like that?
Nah, honestly, I don't never respect none of them like back. If they do decide to give something back, I actually like, oh shit, like bro, now you good. Like you ain't got to. Like some
Yeah,
of the things,
facts.
like even when I told you about the um when I be like donating and stuff or buying somebody's meal behind me, like I don't respect nothing in return, bro. It's just like it sometimes just having a good heart, and I always like try to create that good heart because it mirrors towards the kids too. But now I'm starting to understand it's like eat or be ate. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to come to
Mm-hmm.
the understanding of we live in a sell type of life. You know what I'm saying? They gonna sell to like when I say sell, it's more of like a pitch. Hey, yeah, tell me what you got. Tell me what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I like invest in you? Why should I go with you? Then it got to the point where I got all my cards on the table, and you pretty much got everything that you needed from me. All right, now it's time to sell. And I done got everything I needed, man. I'm good. Or like a certain incident come up, now I'm giving up. So once I'm starting to realize the type of sell life that we in, it changes my perspective on a lot of stuff. It changed my perspective on what people that don't have my type of heart means. Because now it seems like everybody's trying to get a dollar. They don't really
Mm-hmm.
care about
Pretty
the
much.
ethics or the morals of a person. They don't care about the real mental capacity that that person may have. It just let me get everything you got from them, and then let me try to apply it to what I got to use it as mine. It's more greed and eagerness now. I'm noticing, and it's like, what example are we setting for our younger generation? Cause we growing, bro. So it's like being able to have that personal interaction with people, like it's gonna be a certain type of currency now. Because right now it seems like social media is currency, but being able to have that social interaction and being able to adjust through life, that's a need. But I'm seeing this differently now, you know. So it's I feel like I put so much pressure on myself for the wrong people or for the wrong reasons sometimes. Cause like sometimes I be like, damn, bro, why am I doing
Now,
this
are
shit?
these okay? So when you do these things, right? So are you doing these? So you said you feel like you put too much pressure. Now, when you do these things, are you solely doing these things for your satisfaction, or do you do
It
it
depends.
for, I would say, for their satisfaction, or to build a relationship with them, or are you just doing it just maybe out of the kindness of your heart, or whatever the
It,
case
it
is?
it depends, bro. If it's like business related stuff, but for everybody, bro, I try to treat everybody the same. I never look at it as a dollar sign. Cause I feel like that gets the authentic, like that gets the real person, bro. Like you're not trying to like sugarcoat anything and try to get them. Like you actually going for their heart, essentially, their
Hmm.
understanding of like who they are, their character. So like in return,
Well,
like
you better
nah,
than
I'm
me.
not.
I'm gonna keep on. You better than me.
See,
I'm a. Re- I'm a. I'm. I. People have told me that I can be pessimistic, or I'm not very. I don't have much hope. It's not much hope, but I'm just more so of a realist. I believe you're
mm-hmm.
going to be who you are. Once you show me you're a certain way, I'm going to believe that. You feel me? So if I know you're going to be
Exactly.
defensive when I try to bring up mental health topics, guess what I'm not going to do with you. If I know that if I know that if I pour into you, you're not going to pour into me. I'm not going to pour into your ass no more. You feel me? So I think
I blame it on my zodiac sign.
What are you?
Answer.
I'm an asshole.
See,
Straight, and it's not like that with everyone, bro. But since I've had kids, now I have a family. I believe it's only 4 people that really deserve my energy.
Yeah, and I'm starting to realize that now.
Is it? And nobody else deserves that energy. I don't have time. I don't have. Now, granted, if you need advice, we can talk about it. But I'm not trying to help you so you can gain more than what I gain. Now we can eat together, but for me to push you, to a height above me, to just so I can negate what I have going on, and once again, so I can justify, my mental health. Nah, fuck that. You out of luck. You out of luck. And especially if you expect me to just carry you, or if you expect to just be one-sided. Nah, you just won't talk to me, or you just won't hear from me, or whatever the case is. But that's what it is.
And I'm slow, and it's crazy, bro, because now I feel like that's what I'm transitioning to, and it feels so weird. Like I said, I took the little test to see why I'm mad. I'm slowly transitioning, and it feels different because it's like you really respect your energy now. Like you really respect the time that you spend with other people. And it was hard for me, bro, cause like, damn, bro, I feel like I'm being funny. I don't like that feeling, but it's like I need it or I'm gonna crash. If I don't like pour into myself, now I'm gonna crash. Cause how I'm gonna help others if I can't help myself?
Mm-hmm. It's all about it's all about wearing those different masks, bro. It's all about having, once again, hats, masks, whatever you want to call it. It's all about doing those different things. It's like every man wear a mask, bro. So every man wear a mask. The one who has it together, the provider, the tough guy, the one who everyone leans on. But what happens when the mask gets too heavy to carry is the true question. And that's true. We as men, like I said before, and I think we even had an episode before about the many hats we wear. We have to wear so many different hats. And it's even more than this. This is just a few. It gets heavy, bro, and it gets heavy to carry. And I think it goes back to that mental health is we get taught so much just to carry it and not to unload it onto somebody else. You feel me? And when I say unload, I mean like a mutual thing, or somebody that you just, once again, like I've been talking about, going to talk to a therapist, your wife, or somebody, or whatever. And it also, we as men have to learn that everything ain't on us. It's okay to go 50-50 because I'm gonna do it. Look, bitch, look, I got the rent. I got the you don't ever gotta worry about the rent. Car note, stuff like that. Rent, car note, light, you don't have to worry about. Now groceries, yeah, you're all right. Now you got your groceries on you. You feel me? But and I think just being able to say, okay, cool. Well, today I can't do this. Today I can't. I just don't have it in me. But what mask would you say you wear regularly? At home, work, with friends. That kind of hides, I would say, how you're actually feeling.
I think that's my problem. I don't be wearing masks. Everything I do is pretty much open, bro. And I think that's my problem. I don't never try to cover up nothing, or I always be straight and narrow and be upfront. I think that's what my vulnerability part be coming out sometimes, because I'm literally 100. I let it be known straight out, like, hey, bro, like, yeah, this. But lately, I feel like now I've been covering, cause it's like, yeah, man, like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'll handle it how I handle it. Like, respectfully, fuck you. Like, chill out, stop asking. Like, I've been doing that lately, bro. So I'm trying to put a mask on because I've been so open all the time. And I'm understanding not everybody needs that, because shit, you being so open, then shit, fuck, like, okay, cool. Like I don't care no more, because I guess that's just me being real, bro. I'm that type of friend. I be 100 with you and everything. So it's like, to have a mask is kind of hard for me, because that's just not the type of person I am. I'm trying to transition to having masks, but it's like, where would I start? to have that matching like cover, because I'm pretty much, hey, can you do this? Or you know what I'm saying? Not in a slave type of thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
is it like, nah, of course picking if I can, I can, but I try to make sure I pour into everyone, because eventually that person may come and value later on. Not saying that I'm doing it just because I need them, but it's like you came into my life as like for a reason. And I feel like God places certain people in your life at the right time. So sometimes I just look at it as a sign, but I try not to fool myself or be green about any situation. Like I still peak gain on everything, but it's just like having a mask is kind of hard. I don't really have it. Do you though?
Yeah. I had to I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mask. I would say I had to I would say I don't necessarily know which one I would wear, bro. I mean, I'm always the dad, the provider, 9 times out of 10, bro. When I'm at home or whatever. So that's just is what it is. And that's crazy. I don't necessarily actually hide how I'm feeling though. I be keeping it in the buck, no cap. But that's because I be wanting people to know, like, that's just how I feel. That's just who I am. There's no, rhyme or reason or whatever. You feel me? Or it's none for what. Here's how I feel, right? And I'm gonna get back to something you said. If I can open up mentally, I should be able to open up. I should be able to voice myself in any way that's necessary. You feel me? So why hide what I actually have going on, what I'm actually feeling? Now, there are times where I may not be in the mood to necessarily discuss what I'm currently going through, what I'm currently feeling. So I will try to sugarcoat it or come back to it later. But for the most part, nah, we just gonna, now I do, I'm a dad all day, every day. I'm a provider, protector, whatever. So I do have to, so even if I am feeling type of way about something, I do kind of have to move on, depending on what it is. If it's pertaining to being a dad, maybe something my kid doing, it just ain't worth it, bro. It just ain't even worth just getting into it right now, whatever the case is. But you said, right. Now, before you said you had a problem opening up, right? You said you felt like it was hard for you to open up, right? Now, I asked you the question, what mask do you wear regularly to hide how you're actually feeling? And what did you say?
Man,
You said you don't wear no mask because you don't have a problem doing what?
opening up. But that
Well,
why
yeah.
I literally just
Wait, hold on,
said
wait.
that
I know,
I've been
hold on, wait.
transitioning to
I'm just,
not.
I'm just making the point. I'm just making the point, right? Now, two things can be true, right? You can be comfortable doing one and uncomfortable doing the other, right? Because one is necessarily, all right, cool. I'm speaking on how I feel. This is how I feel. Maybe I'm being more vulnerable and going into detail, talking about it, telling you things that I don't necessarily explain. When it comes to wearing the mask, I feel like sometimes it don't necessarily have to be that deep when you put on the mask or whatever the case is. But I'm wondering how it is that you can express your feelings, without wearing that mask, but at the same time, you have a problem being vulnerable when it comes to, kind of expressing yourself or pushing stuff down.
Honestly, bro, I guess I really go about it carefree. I honestly just like when I say certain things, when I am in that moment of just being open and vulnerable, I could care less. I could care like whatever reaction that you're giving me, because I'm getting it off my chest in those moments. So it's like however I deal with it after we talk about it or anything, I'm cool with the reactions. You feel me? Because it's like I got it on my chest now. But now it's like it's come to a point where I feel like that mask gotta get covered to protect me in my body now. Like I have to bring the energy in more. And it hurts sometimes because it sometimes be feeling like, man, I be too open or too, open with my feelings, which I think they say is emotional, you know. So it's like sometimes when you get caught, yeah, bro, like that's how I feel though. Like when people,
about that shit,
I know,
masculinity
man.
bullshit. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it be pissing me off because I be seeing it, bro, and I be like, bro, it's so easy to just say how you feel. Motherfuckers sit there and they hold that stuff in, they let it eat at them, and then they end up doing something so stupid. But how easy to just speak on how you feel, bro. Fuck all that masculinity and all that other
You're
shit.
right. Say how,
But go ahead.
right? You
Mm-hmm.
say how you feel, right? Then what? You can't control other
You say how
people's
you feel.
actions. Yeah, that's it
You
though.
can't.
Like now,
You can't,
you
but you should know their actions to those you know, to whoever you're going to go talk to. You should know the action or reaction that they're going to give you by now to be able. If you're at a point to where you can be vulnerable to that
exactly, and
person,
that
unless they're a counselor has no bias towards the situation, so it
there
doesn't
you go.
matter. But
That and that create. That's what I was talking about earlier though. That creates that understanding because now immediately after you, because you could say whatever you want, bro. Sometimes, and sometimes it'll seem like it just getting like, even if you talk to your siblings or something, sometimes it just feel like it just you put some real game in their head, and the next thing you know is like they go do something else anyway. So it's like you could continue to say everything, but it's like at the end of the day, bro, like I hear you. I hope you're okay, but then day to day, gotta move on. You still gotta go
okay,
there.
so let's change it. So let's not just focus on speaking on it, but how do we change it in our demeanor and what we do and how we act? You understand what I'm saying? How do we
You have to.
figure out ways to not just push it down and to hold it in our hand? We never get to rest. We were going to talk about
It
mental health,
starts with
but how do we
it.
get to that?
It starts
How do
within
we
our
change
head.
it? Yeah, but okay,
We
cool. So, but how are we reading up on this stuff? Because I had to take getting my bachelor's. I had to take two psychology classes and write a lot of papers. And you learn about the cerebral cortex, the cortisol, and how it all interacts, especially with mental health. So
you
the
gotta
question
smile.
is, but what are we doing in order to incite this into the world, into people?
We
Yeah,
doing
we have these problems, and but what are we doing besides us, nigga? But what are people what are we doing? And not only that, but what are we doing to learn different so we can train different? Because we
well.
continue going the same fucking cycle, just yelling, screaming, and beating, and
Yeah.
or drugs or whatever. But when do we? Okay, cool. When is it okay to go sit down talk to the therapist?
To be honest, it would never change. The only way to change if our pockets change and we create that influence to want to do it. Because we stay in that same familiar where we like we gotta scream, we gotta yell, we gotta abuse our body because that's what we're around. We ain't got the type of money to go and just seek that. We got apps to tell us how to breathe. You feel me? So it's like, okay, I get this app. We got a bunch of information at our fingertips that could tell us how we need to go about it through like online stuff. Do we follow it? No.
Nope, nope. It's not exciting, dog. Who the fuck want to sit there and look at
Exactly.
an app that tell you how to
They
breathe?
want, whether they think so or not, they want a nigga to crash out. They want that. There's no change in that, bro. Do you see?
Well, I mean,
I don't want to get on topic.
nah, it's too much money, bro. It's the same with when you think about cancer, cigarettes, oil. It's too much
Mm-hmm.
money. If you take it away, it's too much money lost. And then not only that, what it affects the ecosystem. But when you go back to the same thing with your mental health and that it affects your ecosystem. It affects because it affects your
Mm-hmm.
money. It affects you going to work. It affects you
Honestly,
getting. It affects
I actually been
everything.
better with my money. I don't even be want to spend money no more.
Oh, I be wanting to spend money. I ain't gonna cap.
I be,
I
I
don't
just,
spend money, but I
yeah,
do. I enjoy spending money, bro. Me personally, I believe as hard as I work, as much mental stress I deal with, everything I deal with, I'm gonna enjoy my money.
yeah, and that's what I did this month. I just bought these shoes right here.
Yeah, see,
Them,
I'm
them
gonna enjoy
sixes,
my
bro.
money. The sixes, yeah. Look, I'm gonna enjoy my money, but I'm gonna also be smart about what I'm doing and make sure don't forget I got a family that I got to provide
Mhm.
for and feed. You know, it's just it's just crazy, bro, that we go through this show. We go through all this. I pull up my dad jokes. That we go through all this and we continue to not get help, or we continue to still give the same exact issue. While I look up my dad jokes, I had another question I wanted to ask.
Yeah. And I mean, I think like even with mental health, man, I think this is just like financial literacy. I think this is something they need to put into schools too, which I think they are starting to do that. I'm not too sure as far as like the higher education stuff, as far as like high school and stuff. But like I think it's needed because like you said, you went to class for like psychology and all this stuff, and understanding like everybody goes through something, everybody has a certain trigger, everybody was raised differently. People's reaction sometimes is the same though. They come off in violence. You know, when you are angry, how do you channel that anger now? Because that's an emotion. Feel me? Happiness and everything else. But when it comes to black men and their anger, it's always coming off as violent. So it's like,
well, I mean,
to avoid.
but that's history though. That's history. Think of that. McLeod, you said it. What'd you say when you get upset? What you used to do? Who you think you got that from? And who you think they got that from? I used to put my head through the wall, punch holes in the wall. You probably can't see my hands. Like, bro, I have mailboxes, walls, brick walls, bro. My hands, my heads. You feel me? So it's and even now I have those spurts to where I made those. I broke a printer. I was so because I lack of sleep. Because you know what I'm going through, bro. When I first went overnight, I was sleeping probably 2 hours a day. You feel me? Having to deal with everything else, deal with life. But one day somebody asked me something. I came in here and closed the door. And boy, I tore that printer up. You understand me?
Hey, I feel like
I tore that printer up.
Those damn which I gotta go to one. Those rage rooms, the best business thing. Cause
I ain't never been to one yet, bro.
I ain't never been to one, but we need to take a trip to one though.
I ain't been to one yet. I told myself I was gonna go to one, but I ain't been to one yet. All right, you ready for my dad joke? Like arguing and shit. All right, hey, whatever. I'm gonna do two of them. I'm gonna do my first one. All right. All right. I'm reading a book about anti-gravity.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to put down.
You about to piss me off with this. you about to piss me off with this shit, but hey, I ain't gonna lie, the kids gonna hate us when they get older.
They is, dog. I be doing this shit all the time, bro. My daughter, she be killing me with these shit.
Yeah, that's it.
That was a good one.
They gonna hate us with that shit.
They is. I just seen one. Now, like, oh, here you go. Hey, I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Hold on. Say it again.
I said I used to hate facial hair. But then it grew on me.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that one.
That's all I got. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And I think, like, for real, to trick your brain sometimes, when you are in that dark spot, comedy, laughter is the cheat code to breaking it.
Well, they say laughter is the best medicine. And I haven't been in a situation that where if I laugh for that. Now I probably was mad after I got through laughing.
Mad as fuck.
But while I was laughing, yeah, we was golden,
bro. And I've noticed that too, because that's what I've been practicing too. Like just smiling, bro. Like because I always think about it could be worse. It can be worse. Like what I be thinking of, and I'm like, man, like. Some people it's worse, and they really they probably lost somebody that's close to them, and they really feeling it. Like, or the homie passed away they grew up with, like, could really feel it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, like, it shit matters, bro. So, like, sometimes you gotta step back and realize, is it really that bad? Am I really that bad of a dad? Am I really that bad of a, you know what I'm saying?
Look at your kid's closet. And tell me how bad of a dad you is. Go to your kid's school and talk to their teachers. You feel me? Your kids wearing Jordans all the time don't mean nothing to me. Tell me what kind of the way your kids behave. It shows me the kind of dad you are. If your kids are out there in the street, I'm glad I'm gonna say discipline. I almost disciplined my daughter, and it wasn't even her fault. I seen a little kid do something. I seen a little kid running the street. If you ever just get in the car. We was coming from the doctor. She had an ear infection from the doctor's appointment, and I looked at the little girl. If you ever, they're gonna be calling.
I ain't even doing that.
If you ever, but yeah, but I get it, bro. It's just, man, it's just,
yeah. And I'm noticing that shit too, because like it be kids that be coming over here to like my house and they be playing and stuff. They understand the energy. I noticed that too, cause like when I like, hey man, what you doing? Like it be a little boy that be coming over here. I'm like, what you doing, man? Man, I'm sorry. Like he'll tighten up because I'm like showing some type of structure in here. Like I'm letting you know, like, hey man, no. And he understands, like, yes, sir. Yeah, so
I be in the store, but people are your kids. So what? Yes, I know. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm a firm believer. If you get one together, the rest of them gonna fall in line. Now it's gonna take a little time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no, it don't happen. I got my daughter there, and that's my second one. That's my boy, and that's the way. And don't get me. I test his waters. We testing each other. It's okay. But you know what? Speaking of mental health, I don't let that anger me. I don't let my kids anger me. You feel me? I do my best to I do my best to when they are doing something that may anger me, I do my best to not allow it to get to the point to where I react to it. You feel me? Or I try to just escalate it, whatever. But last question before we get to our game segment. Who was this one? What was that question? Has someone ever called you out on the mood? Has someone in your life ever called you out on your mood in a way that was low-key accurate, but you weren't ready to talk about it? I'm sorry, but you wasn't ready to hear it. Yes, for me, yes. I think people, wife do it. Sister, if you can't tell me I'm tripping, if you don't feel comfortable, tell me, Ozell, York, whatever, you tripping. I don't even understand why you're around or why you're in my circle. Your job as my homie, if I come to you, if I'm doing something crazy, or if I'm in a mood that is just wrong, that I shouldn't be in that mood because we had a house party and I'm tripping about something stupid, you should be able to come tell me, hey bro, you tripping, you bringing the vibe down. And me not necessarily get upset. But I'm not every time. It's been times where maybe I was probably venting and somebody decided to tell me I was wrong right after I was venting. Or maybe I was mad in the moment. And I think most times when we're in the moment and we're upset and mad in the moment, the last thing we want to do is for somebody to tell us that we tripping. Especially when you feel like he's valid. Like, I'm valid. Nah, I got a valid point. No. You tripping. You feel me? So yeah, I mean, for me, it's probably happened more than I like to admit. Now I think I just try to be more coachable when it goes into how to changing that. I know we speak on changing habits and stuff like that. It goes into being more coachable. Oh, I got another dad joke too. I'm gonna get to that for the game. I just remember that. But yeah, you ever had that I'm assuming you have somebody in your life like that that can kind of tell you.
Honestly, that's what I was just looking at right now. I was going down my call log to see if I had anybody. I am that person to them. I am that person that being 100 and let them know that they're wrong. The only person I could really say, like, it'll probably be you. You'll cut that shit out in the instant. Like, nah, bro, you wrong. Go get them kids checked. Like you let it be known. But everybody else, I'm literally that for them. I'm literally being that 100 person for them. So it's like, it's hard, bro, because Tell me when I'm fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's like I know I'm not always right all the time, bro. Tell me that I'm fucking up. If you know that and you having that gut feeling, say that. Maybe I just need to hear it, because if I'm constantly going through life and I'm everybody in my corner is just saying, nah, bro, I think you did right. I'm gonna think every single time when a certain incident come up, I'm right, bro. But the fact that I don't have nobody,
wrong.
like, just let it be known, like, I'm wrong. And then of course, like, I would say, yeah, like my wife as well too, because if not, she wouldn't be pushing these certain buttons.
Yeah,
really,
they gonna do it, boy.
Exactly. So
they definitely gonna get you. But yeah, no, I definitely feel you on that, bro. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have it, bro. And I think, you know, it's just once again, my mental health is not gonna take a back seat to your feelings. So if I'm your homeboy and I feel like you tweaking and I feel like it's triggering to me, nah, you tweaking, Brody. You feel me? You tweaking. Or I feel like it's gonna make you like an asshole. Or just being a man in general. I'm not gonna lie, that to slide. If we out in public or whatever, or you doing something, I think you tweaking. Yeah, you need to go back home. Or you tweaking right now, whatever the case is. But
and I could say you also have certain people that you know that have these situations where it's like, if there is something, they just like, they not that type of person to have the sympathy or anything. You know what I'm saying? They be like, hey, you know what, Tay, let's go to the gym, bro. Like, you know I ain't good with this talking.
Yeah,
like,
we can go work out or some shit.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, sometimes those people are like, that's what you need, bro. Because it's like, man, I really don't want to talk. But for you to just be like, hey man, let's go. Sometimes that's what I need. Hey bro, you don't even gotta talk about it. Let's go do this. So I do have those. Exactly. I do have those people. I definitely have those, because it's like they understand. And you know what I'm saying? So they try to like, hey man, get your mind off it. You ain't do nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I am here. Let's go do this instead. So it's the positive reinforcement they give instead of their words. So like I have that definitely. And I just gotta pour more into that side of it, because sometimes some people, they just don't have the right thing to say.
They don't, and everybody, and they don't, bro. And every situation is not for everyone. Me personally, you can't call me for everything, because sometimes being too real ain't what you need to hear right now. And if anybody know me, if you call me, if you about to jump, well, you might look, you already up there. You already up there. If you gonna jump, just jump. If not, get the fuck down.
Get your ass down. Yeah. It shouldn't be no second guessing.
Pretty much, but it's not. But I think, like you said, it just depends on what we, you know, but also go back to what we need as well. Sometimes we don't need that homie who's so sympathetic. Sometimes you need a York in your life who's gonna tell you, bro, if you're gonna jump, bro, jump. If not, come on. I got a joint. I'm about to pull up. I got a joint right here. Or if you're gonna jump, just jump. I might come into your funeral, just so you know. So if you jump, and I'm gonna tell them to burn you. I'm gonna make sure they cremate you. I'm not coming. And if you do it, I'm gonna show up naked. So you how you want this to go?
Yeah.
Now, but in that moment, you know it's crazy, right? In that moment, people wouldn't think that's much. But look at how I just got you from a serious moment, and I just got you laughing. Just by, you see what I'm saying? Just by being myself, just by being real. So that's why I say you never know what you need. Sometimes you don't necessarily need it, but you never know what you need until you get it, bro. You feel me? You know, all right, but let's get into this. The dad. Oh, matter of fact, I got my dad joke. Why didn't the skeletons fight each other?
I'm scared to know the answer to this one. Bro.
They didn't have no guts.
Oh shit, bro. You get it? Yes, I get it. Yes, I get it.
All right, that's cool. I like it's good right there. See, yeah. Get that. We getting that. All right, cool. So like game segment. All right, bet. So game segment, bro. Ask it or fill it. This one we just gonna answer. This ain't really like a kind of I guess a win or lose or whatever. It's just a scenario. The answer is gonna be masculine. Feel it. It says player decide. Oh yeah, so pretty much you decide if you're gonna mask it, push through it, hide, push it down, hide it or whatever, or if you're gonna feel it, you're gonna process it, stuff like that. Oh, that could be a good show. Mask it or feel it. All right. All right, cool. So the first one, damn, I got them drugs. All right, the first one is gonna be telling everyone I'm good when you haven't been okay in months. Do you mask it or do you feel it? I feel it, me personally. I feel it. I don't like to. I tell people. Well, I would say 50-50, depending on who it is. But I would say feel it.
Lately, it been. I would say mask it.
That's the answer they give here. They say most people will mask it instead of telling everybody, instead of telling people, that's actually a problem. They'll just say, well, shit, yeah, I'm good, or I'm all right. I'm mask it or whatever. All right. Question number two. Working yourself to exhaustion because rest feels like weakness. Mask it or feel it.
To feel like weakness?
You're working yourself to exhaustion because rest feels like weakness.
Yeah,
I guess it's saying if it's like just overworking yourself because you feel. I would say feel it. The answer here is mask it, but I would say feel it. I was
gonna say feel it.
I have times even now where I feel like even laying down is just laziness, bro. But it don't be like it just be. I've been busy all day, so while the kids in the room real quick on their iPads or watching TV, let me get 10 minutes to sit on this couch that I paid $700 for that I don't get to sit on. It's a beautiful couch, McLeod, that I don't really get to enjoy much. So I definitely understand.
Now that you say that, I could definitely understand that, because it do be feeling like every time I sit down, it just feel like I'm being lazy. It's like,
but you're not.
I'm not, because I'm like, man, I just got done cutting the front backyard, the client's house. I'm like, man, I just need to sit down. I took the kids to the park. Like, I did a lot.
Yeah.
I ain't even eat. And then I go in the house, I wash the dishes. Like, bro, but then when I sit down, I'm like, damn, man, I need to go fold these clothes.
You really, but fuck them clothes.
Yeah, you right.
For real. Look,
it just in those moments, bro, it's just like, cause like tonight, man, it was to the point where it felt like I was moving all over the place, cause it was like I was cooking, and then I turned around, I had to go watch Keem, so I'm over there putting soap in the rack watching him, then I'm over here doing this over here, and I'm like, damn, I still got the chicken on the stove that's on this grease. I gotta go flip over, like, damn, I gotta go take the trash out. So I feel like every time it's something in my brain be moving to where it all gotta get completed. So it's like, if it's not, I don't really have that time to just sit down, because I be feeling like, fuck. And when I want to sit down, I'm not gonna have the opportunity to sit down.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want to get all this shit done now so I can. But when you got kids.
Yeah. I've been washing clothes since 1 a.m. I washed all the clothes, folded them, whatever. Not the kid. The kids' clothes, the wife, and y'all gotta do that. I'm not folding those. Them kids' clothes give me carpal tunnel. It hurt my hands. But it's just, I guess, doing it, bro. But you just feeling so weak. But I think that goes back to, that falls into that imposter syndrome as well, because it don't be true. We work so hard, we deserve a break. It's just, All right, bet. Next one, calling a friend just to talk, no agenda, just chopping it up. Is that a mask it or feel it? That's something you would do, or would you be like, nah?
Yeah.
You would do
I would do that. Yeah, just to chop it up.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. I think men got to do more of that. Just calling to say, bro, you good? Or, hey, what's up, bro? We ain't got nothing going on. It's just, I was in Walmart, nigga, and I seen some diapers, nigga, and I was like, damn, I know McLeod got kids. Let me see that nigga doing real quick. And this type shit like that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I got one of my homies that do that shit too. Cause I'm like, I'm like, what's up, Kyle? Like, he be calling me in the most like weirdest time, bro. And cause I be doing something, and I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, I just got out of the meeting. Like, what's going on? And he be like, man, nothing. I just called it,
I
like,
just called it.
and bro, I respect that so much. I don't too, because like, man, I ain't want nothing. And just call and see how you in, bro.
I do it to my brother all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, dog? No, I'm just calling. Nigga. I ain't heard from you in about a week or two.
Yep.
Yeah, just calling, make sure you alive. Y'all all right? Yeah, out of the house. I think you just bought a house. How the house doing? Yeah, I ain't doing nobody go smoke a blunt. I'm on the porch.
Yeah, sometimes you just hey, just go, and that's the part that I tell you about, which is that me being that more like heartfelt with it, because I feel like I do that, bro. Like, it's genuine. You ain't ask for nothing, bro. You just being authentic. You being you. I feel like it's nothing that I'm hiding in that way. Cause I'm just being myself, you know. And sometimes it get taken for granted, because now you feel like you got full access to me, and now I'm trying to cut that.
So you got to
You
be
can't have
selfish.
full access. Yeah, it's like I deserve it, bro. I
Well,
deserve to have a
that's why
little
you got to be
selfishness towards me.
you. Yeah, you. So I stopped feeling selfish, or I stopped feeling bad when I go in the store and I see something I want. I'm gonna buy it for me. And once I learn how to be selfish in that way, anybody else, anything else that came close to that wasn't regarding my babies, I don't really care about. I have too much going on. I have to be a dad. I got to be a husband. I got to be a chef. I got to be a laundryman. I got to be a goddamn provider. So to put, what do I have to put into you? Especially if you're not putting that into you.
Yeah.
Now, if you putting that into you and you like, hey, bro, I see you doing this. I think we can collab or whatever the case is, and we can, whatever. That's different. But if you not putting the effort into, say, we do a podcast, and you not putting no effort into to get people or whatever the case is, or hold up, your end of the deal. But I'm holding up my end of the deal. It just don't. How is that fair? How is that fair? And the same thing when it comes to venting and stuff. You feel me? When you talk about venting, how is it that people can call you, but you can't call nobody? You feel me? So, what you about to say? You about to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say something about what you were saying earlier. I do want to say, like, you can't confuse responsibilities with life either, because like, yeah, the clothes and all that stuff, that like we have kids, so there's certain things that we have to do. You're never supposed to look at it as a job, but that is our responsibility. But as we get older, bro, we're gonna go through so much more in life too. And I'm starting to realize it, bro. Cause my parents, they getting older. My siblings getting older. It's gonna be my kids getting older. Like, I'm just understanding it. Just as a young man, I'm growing. I'm going through the life, the time that I'm in right now. It's a weird position, bro. It's like I want my career to exceed, but I'm like in that bubble. It seems like before before I excel to what I want to be, because it's like right now in that toughest time, I think it's like between 25 to 35, that little age gap right there. And it's like, man, the next moves could really dictate you, or on your path, or you have that close relative that'll pass away, your audio cut off.
Can you hear me? My bad.
Yeah.
I said it's scary. I said it's definitely
It's
scary.
it's it's scary.
And especially when you have kids and you have a family that is looking for you, and it's like, so I'll get a little vulnerable. So me personally, I feel like when good things happen, a bad thing is gonna come behind it. You feel me? So it be, and it's like the same thing when it comes to trying to progress. And I think that kind of brings on the procrastination, or not necessarily wanting to put your all into it, because and then you get to a point where you're like, damn, all right, cool. Well, you're 33-year-old dad, you got 3 kids. Yeah, now don't get it. Granted, don't get it twisted. I'm way further than my parents were at this age. Way, I make decent money. Kids, I'm not worried about not paying bills, stuff like that. But sometimes I wonder, well, damn, well, how much time I have left to meet those goals compared to how much time has already went that I haven't, met those goals previously. But then I think about it and I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, maybe those goals wasn't necessarily meant for me to, meet at that point. Maybe those goals were put upon me so I can grow. Once again, we pray for these blessings and these things, and they come in different ways. So maybe that was put upon me to just be put in my mind, but not necessarily act upon it now, act upon it later. And that's where that growth comes in and being better and just, kind of moving forward and stuff like that. But we get into this last question, which if a version of you that was struggling the most could see who you are right now, what would you want him to know?
Don't give up. Patience, understanding is going to hang in there. Self-motivated, everything, bro. Don't give up. 'Cause I feel like right before it happens, the world will put you through there. And you have to pay attention to the signs. And you can always call quit, man. You can call quits anytime. Man, you be like, man, fuck this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Fuck their career, bro. Fuck these niggas at the job.
Nah,
I can't. Fuck these kids. It's so easy to quit, bro. But if you really want to better yourself, better your life, better everything, don't give up. They coming from me experience, you know what I'm saying? I ain't explaining that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm only 28, but still, understanding, having that understanding and that growth mindset, it'll pay off. You just have to continue pushing, bro, and having the right people around you, which is what I'm noticing. Because you can't have a $10,000 mindset around you. If you want that $1 million mindset, you got to be surrounded around that. But don't never let that money dictate who you are. Because at the end of the day, that character, that personnel, that person who you is, that shit stands out the most. That makes the most noise. So that's what. Yeah. What about you?
If a version struggling, I would say know who you are, believe in you, stay strong, and know your name. Somebody other day, you should look up your name and know the meaning behind it. Right? I looked up my name. So my name, which is for y'all that don't know, is Ozell. I go by York. I go by York. But Ozell means divine strength or strength from God.
I don't think Martavius mean anything.
That when I read that, right, I started thinking about kind of everything a nigga kind of been through and stuff like that, life, and it kind of makes sense of why, my name would be that, and that's just based off the life, the parents, the drugs, the things I've seen, things I've had to go through, growing up. I would say just be strong, bro. Be strong because your name signifies strength, but you don't know that because you're not focused on that. You just like, damn, well, it's just bad right now. I can't see anything past that. But stay strong, be motivated. Don't care about whatever anybody else says or how they feel. You feel me? Do you? What else? And then if you already feel like you in hell, nigga, why stop? Why you stopping in hell, man?
Who stop? Yep.
Why you stopping, bro? Look, you already committed. You already committed. You already got halfway there. You halfway there. And that, like you said, we pray, right? So we pray for these things, right? And then they don't come. And I think we fail to realize that usually, like you said, when it be so much stuff that builds up to it, and I think we get right there. And we don't know it, but little do we know, this is all based off that blessing, that prayer that we sent up a week ago. And it's coming. And all last week was so tough. You went through a flat tire, car gave out, child was sick, tripping at the job, account issues. But little did you know that if you kept going, that if you went another week, if you didn't give up, you didn't know that God had a job lined up for you because you was about to finish school, but you quit school. But you ain't know that. You ain't know that blessing you was paying for, that you was about to get an entry level job that could have turned into You feel what I'm saying? In 5-10 years, this could have been the biggest blessing. But I think we go back to
so quick to rush the process.
We so quick to rush the process and think that it's just going to happen like that, or it's going to just come in that blessing. It's not. It's not. This when you order a water bottle, it don't come like this. They got to make this. They got to make this. This don't come. This don't come like this. They got to make this. This is made out of metal, and they got to paint it. Then they got to add this little rubber thing to the bottom of it. Then they got to add a top. So when you pray and you pay for this, you feel me? Yeah. When you go to Walmart, all you see is this. You just see this.
Finished
but
product.
You just see the blessing. All you see is the blessing. But what you don't see is the work that has to be put in. So you have to be strong. You have to be motivated. And you can't let nothing stop. All that shit you're going to go through is nothing. Your kids are lovely, baby. Your kids living lovely. They got more than you ever wanted, and you were so worried. McLeod, I was so worried, bro. But I go look at my baby. I know we kind of off topic, right? But I go look at my, I go look at my kid. I go look in my kid's closet, bro, and I be like, bro, we blessed. My kids got more clothes than I ever had. Oh, they got beds, toys. Shit, these niggas open 2 bags of cereal at once.
I wish I would when I was young. Hey, that's a whole different.
Look, two different juices open. They get to choose they snack. My daughter, what y'all want for snack? I want Funyuns. All right, bet I want Lay's. Different chips open and shit. You think we was going? No,
not going.
Everybody eat the same bag. Everybody. If mama open cornflakes, everybody eating cornflakes.
Yep. And add some sugar to it.
Add some sugar to it. But I digress. But that's what I would tell myself. Man, you got and not only to myself, I would say I want to speak to, all black men, all men. Don't be scared, man, to go on that mental health journey, to seek that help, whether it's from your homeboy, a therapist, or whoever the case is. Don't be scared. You never know.
You scared.
It gets scary, bro. And reliving that trauma, reliving it, dealing with it, having to reprocess those feelings, bringing up new feelings that you didn't even know were feelings because you were so naive. So, and you like, damn. So it is hard. To every black man, every man, it's hard. But do it. All right, just do it, dog. Trust me. I ain't good at much, but do it.
One thing that you said was know who you are. That's tough. So that made me want to go look up my name. My name.
Know who you are, bro.
The cultural context of it says names like Martavius often represent a desire for cultural expression and distinction.
You gotta look into that. See. But then when you think about your name, you think about, okay, cool. Well, think about who you are, what type of person you are. Does it think about your life? When I look back at my life, I've been through a lot of hardship, a lot of things that required strength.
Yeah,
you feel me?
So, and it says the root origins says it likely draws roots from the Latin name Martin, derived from Mars, the Roman god of war, which often carries connotations of strength, valor, and leadership.
Yeah. Never know, dog. I'm telling you.
It's crazy.
You never know. All right, cool. So before we go, call to action. So before I do that, I want to give a quick, I know we're not going to be here for Mother's Day. It's, I think, Sunday or some shit like that. But quick Mother's Day shout out. Shout out to all the mothers, those that do it alone, those that do it, with somebody, those that do it every day, those do it some days. If you are a mother and, you're great, shout out to you. I love my mama. No matter what beef I had with that lady, no matter how we may feel, or however I feel about the way I was raised and some of the things I went through, nothing compares to the love that she gave us. When our sperm donors ran out, she stayed. When we were sick, she was there. When we was hungry, it was days that she didn't eat, bro, just so we could eat. You feel me? And no matter how much negativity or whatever, how much beef I may have with her, or we may get into it, I'll never just leave her stranded. And I'll always be appreciative. And I'll always be appreciative of my mom. Do you want to give a quick Mother's Day shout out, bro, before we do this call to action?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to my mama, man. Happy Mother's Day, mama. I love you. I appreciate everything. Go
Yeah,
in
they don't
there.
be thinking. They don't even be thinking.
Go in there. King is okay. Y'all go in there. Go.
Kids. Y'all show y'all want this life to everybody that's watching. This is the life of a father. All right. Even when we working and we doing stuff off the clock, we're still a dad. It does not change. We're a dad at all times. Even when we're not trying to be a dad, we're a dad. Even when we quit for the day, we're a dad. Even when we trying to go smoke a joint, we're a dad. Even when we beating that meat, we're a dad. But go ahead.
Mama, happy Mother's Day. I appreciate everything that you had done for me. Having me at 16, I know was hard. So being able to go through life and constantly work, props to you, mama. I appreciate everything you have done, all the advice, everything that you have did for me just growing up. Transitioning, going from Hawaii to Alabama. I know that transition was hard, leaving the family, going to the mainland. So the risk, every opportunity that my mama has done for me to better my life as growing up, the hard work she put in, I'm grateful. Thank you, mama, and I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Shout out to all the mamas. All right, we get to our call to action. So if this conversation spoke to you, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on our platforms. It'll be Let's Be Dads on all platforms. If you want to send us a question, topic, question you want to talk about, what you call it is Let's Be Dads 1@gmail.com. You must be looking under the door. Dad bogus, dog. All right, I'm gonna be quick. I know you gotta get up out of here. Share this with your man with the man in your life, a brother, friend, or coworker, because the men who are struggling the most often are the quietest ones in the room. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're asking everyone to do one thing: check on your man and be honest when somebody checks on you. Don't be sugarcoating, just keep it 100. Nobody hands you a trophy for carrying what you carry, but showing up even when you're breaking, that is strength. That is legacy. You are seen. We appreciate you guys chopping up. It's your guy York. We got my guy over the McLeod. Y'all have a good one. Deuces.
Peace.